Hey folks, welcome back. This is Chris in Central Pennsylvania. I've been asked to make a video to reassure the next cohort of South African refugees arriving in the United States about a few things that they really shouldn't be too concerned about. First, I'd like to say that the United States is an incredibly welcoming country. We welcome refugees from all over the world, and we've done so for decades. Since 1980, the Immigration and Nationality Act has allowed 3.1 million plus refugees to come here from Vietnam, from China, from Iraq, Afghanistan, Congo, Somalia, all over the world. People have come here and been welcomed. And for those of you concerned about your welfare arriving here, I ask the following question. Can you show me the refugees who've come to America in the past 45 years who failed, who starved to death, who lived on the streets, who lived in these so-called FEMA tents that don't exist? No such thing. You can't. Because most people who arrive here with refugee status file for permanent residency, and many of them later become American citizens, but virtually all of them within a few short years outperform most Americans born in the country with higher per capita incomes and better success rates in education and educational outcomes and in the economy. Why? Because most refugees are grateful that the United States has let them in, and they want to return that favor by contributing to society and being productive members of society. And for those of you who are worried about, well, when Trump's out of office, the Democrats take over, they'll kick us out. They can't do that. Your refugee status is not based on who the president is. Your refugee status is based on the conditions in the country that you fled from. Now, for South Africans, it's a little bit different because you have what is called in-country refugee status being granted to you. You're not legally actually refugees. To meet the international recognized definition of a refugee, you actually have to flee your home country because of a conflict or because of a threat to your life for your ethnic reasons, your religious reasons, or your race. And so you have to flee to another country. But South Africans haven't fled to another country because that's not the situation. What's happening in South Africa, folks, is that people being granted refugee status, not because of high crime, not because of farm murders, not because people are farmers, not because they're Afrikaners, which are all lies that you've been fed by the media. They're coming to America because of unjust racial discrimination, which is excluding them from education, economic participation, contracts with the government, and also hateful rhetoric, which is leading to violence against minority South Africans, whites, Indians, and coloreds in particular. So this is not about farmers. It's never been about farmers. It's not about Afrikaners. So for those of you arriving now in the second cohort, whose arrival I will not disclose to protect your privacy and your safety, you're going to be welcome. Links to the previous 3 interviews with post-arrival refugee with Jan and Marijie, pseudonyms, with Thea van Straten, and also with Santana Hurley will be below this video. So you can go listen to their experiences when they arrived. You're going to be taken care of. You're going to be received. You're going to get a refugee resettlement agent who's going to get you where you need to go. And then you're going to go to a temporary place where you'll have resources, food. They're going to show you how to get around transportation. They're going to help you apply for Social Security numbers. They're going to help you translate your documents into American because your CV needs to be translated into a one-page resume or thereabouts so you can apply for jobs, help you get that Social Security number, and help you get resettled here. No one's going to be in the streets. You're not going to be attacked by people who hate refugees. That's utter nonsense. That's propaganda that's being spread by liars and haters in South Africa and in America. And you also haven't been granted refugee status because of crime or because you're an Afrikaner or because you're a farmer. You've been granted refugee status because you expressed interest, they looked at your case, they agreed that you're suffering from unjust racial discrimination, and therefore you may come to America. So for all those in the second cohort of refugees coming to America, very soon, I might add, maybe they've landed before this video is posted, welcome to America. You are foreign nationals, but you're welcome on our shores. We've granted you access to our country, the greatest experiment in the history of humankind. In a conversation I had earlier today with Rob Hersoff, pointed out very clearly that being an American is special. It is. You can't become an Englishman unless you're English. Or maybe you've got a foreign parent and they're mixed with an Englishman. You can call yourself an Englishman. You don't become a German by moving to Germany. You might become a German national, but you're not German. You're not English. You're not Scots. You're not French. By coming to America and accepting our mores, norms, and values, you can become an American. Being an American has nothing to do with skin color, ethnic origin, race, religious affiliation. America is an idea. based on freedom, individual liberty. Welcome to America. You will do well here, as your predecessors have done. Not to worry. The cupboards won't be bare. You won't be abandoned. But if you're lazy and useless and you've scammed the system to get over here, you won't succeed. People who are hungry, have a desire to succeed, will succeed. We have 4% unemployment in this country. There are jobs everywhere. Maybe not in your preferred field when you first start out, but someone has to start somewhere. Get a job, start earning income, put some money aside, get yourself a better place or bigger place, whatever suits your needs. Get yourself an automobile, get your driver's license sorted out. It'll be fine. Relax. It's going to be very fine. You will be fine in America. No concern about that whatsoever. I've never in my life met someone who came to America as a refugee who has failed. I'm sure they're out there. There are lazy people everywhere. But the vast majority of people come to this country, refugee status, succeed, and succeed beyond their wildest dreams. America truly is the land of freedom, the land of opportunity for all who come here, legally, not you criminal alien invaders. We welcome those who enter our country legally and participate in our society. And if at some point down the road, after 5 years, you decide to apply for and then are accepted to become one of the 700 to 900,000 foreign nationals naturalized every year to become American citizens, well, then I say welcome to the team. God bless and have a good day.